Hey guys, Filthy Robot here with Arumba, continuing our Civilization 5 playthrough as Sweden, and continuing the drinking, for me anyways. So, we were just talking. You want to talk a little bit more about this?
Yeah, sure. So basically you just got done saying that you're pretty sure we're going to lose, and that there's no guarantee you're not good at coaching. Is that what you were saying?
Yeah, close to. Let me, I'm going to put my own unique spin on that, just for my channel, just to make some distinguishable for this channel versus the other channel, right? Actually, what I was saying is that Arumba asked me, he's like, so what happens, how confident are you in this game so far, and how do you feel, what would happen if we lost? Would you just want to delete all this content? No, if we fucking lose this game, it's going on YouTube.
No, I don't think we should delete it. I was just asking, just out of curiosity.
You were saying we ought to.
No, I wasn't. Okay. Gotcha. What I was really, the whole purpose of the path or the line of questioning was just wondering, like, how did you feel we were doing, and like, will there be a specific point in the game, and will you mention it, where we reach a point where there's no return, and you think we're going to lose, and then we just can't recover?
We're about to hit one of those points, and I don't think we're going to hit a point where we can't return and we're going to recover. We're about to hit one of the points where we're likely to get attacked, and that is, as I said, one of the things that determines whether or not Deity AI attacks you is your score, your military score. And we're about to hit our lowest point that we're going to hit for a while. And that is when we build 4 settlers in a row like this is our early game. And then we're going to build some military to counteract this. But we can get hit in that time period between when we finished our 4 settler and when we actually have an army score. And by settling close to people, we make that a higher potential of happening.
Gotcha.
So we could actually run into an issue here where we get attacked. We might not lose cities. We might not lose anything from it. We might not even lose units. But what we will lose is production time because we're going to have to build some units to counteract that. So we'll see. I'm not worried about it. I think we're doing fine.
Okay, so why okay, there's a tooltip. It says demographics. Why doesn't it say the shortcut key? It does it on all the other buttons.
I don't know. It's F9 though.
Yeah, you just had to press through every single one of them to find it.
Oh,
anyway.
F9 or F10? Actually,
it is F9. I'm gonna just give you all of the wrong answers to mess you up the next time you play.
See, I don't even pay attention. I just click the button. Like, I don't know what number it fucking is. I'm like, that button. That's the one I want.
Yeah, so. By rote. You have it all memorized. So next turn we get a Pantheon. Is that correct?
Yep.
Cool. That'll be fun. This guy should keep going south then. No, we okay. We took a little.
This requires reevaluation now.
Right. We took a break between episodes for a couple minutes while you went to get your beer, which is apparently like 5 beers to 1. It's like gold. It's like gold to production here.
Just for a minute. Arumba has brought up a good point. There is a website. He's talking about the efficiency of alcohol, and I think this is. I'm an efficiency guy as well. I understand the argument, but his argument has come to the point where he said that Miller Lite is the most efficient alcohol.
I did not say that. I did not.
What did you say?
I said
that.
I said okay. I asked you, would it surprise you to find out that when I do drink, I usually drink for efficiency, and I have found that. For me, Miller Lite is an acceptable, efficient beer. It doesn't taste horrible to me. It has a high alcohol by volume content, and it's cheap. That's what I said. I never said it was the best beer.
We had a discussion a long time ago when we first met about luck, and I wonder if what you just said actually clarified that interestingly to me. It's different from when I heard the first time, and I'm very curious if we ever revisit that conversation, if it will be a similar clarification. That's a totally reasonable statement you made. I don't personally agree with Miller Lite being a taste that I could willingly inflict on myself, but I like the logic, right?
If I could choose to, I would much.
Average beer is not 4.3%. That's.
Hey, you can't round there. It's 4.25. Get it right.
4.25. I don't. All right.
And then there's a little bit more to the conversation that as well. Like you had told me you've had a few beers. I'm not going to say it because I don't know how much information you really want to put out there. But you had said you had some number of beers, and I said, oh, okay. And I cataloged.
This is 11 p.m. my time.
And I cataloged. Yeah. It's not 11 a.m. We're not doing this. Okay. We're still in the second recording session, and it's a nighttime session that we just both found time for. And I've convinced him to keep playing because he's drinking, and it's great. And we're not going to stop ever. But anyway, so he told me he said X number of beers, and I said, oh, okay. And in my head, because at one point in my life I did work in the restaurant industry, I've got this kind of cataloged knowledge that 1.5 ounces of generic liquor is considered to be 1 drink. 3.5 ounces of wine is considered to be 1 drink. 12 ounces of 3.25% Beer is 1 drink.
3.25%.
Right.
Oh,
And so I said, you know, for a 4.25% beer like Miller Lite, that's like 33% more beer than a regular beer. And he's like, that's not a beer, that's piss.
It is. Miller Lite is definition of piss. Anyways, all right.
This is Civ's strategy right here.
I don't want to derail too hard because I do want to talk about
Yes,
the
you
game
do.
a little bit, and I'm happy to bring this up slightly, but we can't have it be the only focus. That's my only requirement for this. If this was a late night drunk stream on my channel, we could have a late night drunk stream, and that would be good. We could have the focus if that be this, but we can't have it for here. So
Okay. I will force you in the right direction then. Two questions. Let's handle the worker first because it's the easiest. I'm pretty sure we're going to chop this tree, but I just wanted to briefly mention that this tree is going to be worth 20, and I think it actually does say how much it'll be worth.
yes, it does.
This one is an extra tile away. Its height doesn't matter. I'm not mentioning it because of the silk. I'm just saying it's farther away, and I think the number I found was 13 production for being 2 tiles away, and then I did test it, and it was 1 extra.
There is a difference based on whether or not it's in your borders or not. So a forest outside of your borders that you chop will be less valuable than a forest inside your borders at the same distance from the city center. So 2 tiles out, the value will change based on whether or not it's in your borders or outside your borders.
Okay, I did not know that. I had found the empirical data that I had cataloged here was 20, 13, 10, and I may need to recheck this now because I
10
think
might
that
be
the
in
third...
your borders. I think 8 is outside. I can't remember if it's 10 in your borders. It might very well be 10 inside your borders. I don't know the exact numbers off the top of my head for that. So looking at this, my plan for this worker is chop the forest we're in here, then move to the gems, chop the forest, and then improve the gems. That's my goal for this worker.
Because you just want to get the Granular out 1 extra turn early instead of moving him to the gems first and wasting movement.
Well, yeah, exactly. He's already made the movement. We're happy enough that I'm not too worried about the gems quite yet, and I want the production. I don't want to waste the worker movement. Exactly.
Okay. So how do we reevaluate what to do with the settler? Because that
It's a little tricky. We have a
determines
couple
where this
options
archer
here.
goes.
So we could just settle roughly the same pattern we were doing, and this not get the silk there. If that happens, we need to get those horses. So horses are their
Silk?
local happiness.
Sugar.
Sorry, sugar. Yeah. So when you have horses in your borders, you can build a circus. Circus is 2 local happiness that you wouldn't get otherwise. It's local, not global. So it's nowhere near as good as getting the sugar. But if we're already settling for all the other available luxuries, and we have to settle a city down here just because we need that forest city for the population, we may as well get the horses if we can. Now there is something. If you look over here, there is actually another city over there.
What now?
Because there is see this area you're looking at over here, the 2 stone, the bison, the double cattle.
Two stone, double bison.
Two
These here?
Yeah, south I'm looking at. So you see the stone down there? It's like stone, silk, deer, bison, cattle, horses. That's potentially a city too.
Okay.
So it's like something like that hill you're looking at right there is pretty close to the epicenter. That like right there is not terrible either. The problem is because he took the sugar, we lost a unique luxury there. We had 6 unique luxuries for our empire planned, and we've gone down to 5 because of that. 5 on 4 cities is manageable. If it's a little bit low, we can still make it work, but we want to make sure that our cities are still good now that we have to settle around that.
Okay. So where does the settler go?
My current take is adjacent to Grand Mesa, 2 tiles from the horses, and we buy the horses on settlement.
Okay. Say it one more time. So 2 tiles from the Grand Mesa.
No, adjacent to Grand Mesa, 2 tiles from the horses is my current thought on that. Like
Here.
right there. Mm-hmm.
Okay.
And the thought process is none of those tiles are particularly great, but we get the horses, which is a circus city, and it's these Plains River are probably the best resources you can have for a tradition city. It's a mix of growth and production. Civil service is going to make it so freshwater tiles get 2 food on a farm instead of +1 food. So all of these Plains River tiles are going to become 3-1 tiles. And 3-1 is actually a pretty good mix of growth and production for what you want. So you won't have terrible production, but you'll have quite good growth. This gives us the circus, which is the best we're going to get out of those horses, and it gives us our 4th city.
Okay. I just want to comment here. Why does the Grand Mesa have 25% combat defensiveness? You can't put units on it, right? It's a mountain. It's impassable.
Over a mountain.
Oh, why? You can't.
know.
Can you put? You can't. You okay? There's like
Carthage
one
can.
nation. I think there's one nation that can actually march over mountains, but they can't stay on mountains.
And the weird thing too is Carthage for Carthage, which is the actual civ that can use a mountain like that, can walk over a mountain. Mountains are actually flat terrain for Carthage. So they take 1 movement point, and they're I know, which makes no sense.
So he doesn't even get the defensive
25%
bonus.
combat is a hill, so I have no idea why a mountain gives you combat strength, but doesn't count as flat terrain. I don't know. That is a quirk of Civ 5. Congratulations.
Okay.
Good luck.
Here's the new game, right? Because I was looking for something that maybe wouldn't kill you, and this is probably not going to kill you. You'll just have to drink more every time I find something you don't have the answer to. So it's up to you if you die or not. It's not my fault.
The way I do for drinking games on my channel is I'm happy to play drinking games with my viewers who want to play drinking games, and I'm happy to play with my opponents when they're my opponent and we're drinking equal on that. So the fact you're not drinking means I'm not playing drinking games.
I have to drive my young son to the airport in like 6 hours. You can't expect me to drink.
Not drinking? I have to sleep in 6
hours. I'm a good planner. You know, I planned ahead. Anyway, so if this guy is getting repurposed down here, I feel like this guy should just keep escorting him, right? And just keep going down.
Probably. I mean, are either of those city-states under attack by barbarians?
That's a great little cheat you can use. No, they're not.
Yeah, I don't even think you need to escort that. The AI is not going to steal your settler unless Portugal declares war on it initially. I think we can use this archer to go clear the camp to the west.
So it's going to take him a long time to get over there, but okay.
Yeah, 6 turns, not too bad.
Sorry, I moved him one tile there. I was thinking no matter what, I was going to take one of these 2 moves, and so I wasted the movement. I'm sorry.
Not a big deal at all. All right.
No, it's game over. We have to restart.
All right, let's just cut this now. We'll edit it out. We'll pretend we didn't make that mistake, and we should probably load in too. We don't have like triple salt in our cap. We should probably change that.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
I have a mod that lets you edit tiles. We could just edit the tiles all salt.
Okay, and no one would notice.
No, I don't think so.
Just load up 1 episode. It'd be like that day.
By the way, set triple iron over sheep. Iron over sheep there.
Right, yeah, because we didn't have access to that. Yeah, it'd be like that one day where we released episode 4 ahead of episode 3. Did that happen on your channel too? Because there was a renaming thing.
The rename file from you.
Yeah, that was fun, wasn't it?
Just no one watched that one particular episode. No one wanted to watch the part 3 after part 4. Like,
yeah, that's normal though. But hey, most people tuned in just to see what the ancient ruins had.
That was good. We should always leave it on hangers, on cliffhangers. Like that.
Don't even get started. People get mad at me so much because I do so many cliffhangers. I'll always wait till there's like something interesting, because like usually what will happen, right? I have my little timer and I try to keep episodes about the same length, and then I'll get to that point, but I don't want to stop, and so I'll keep playing, and then I'll find something interesting, and then I'll look at the thing and I'll say, oh crap, I have to end it. If I do this thing, I know I'm gonna go an extra 5 minutes, and I can't do that to myself, so I have to put in a cut here. So I just kind of like naturally trend towards cliffhangers, and it drives some people nuts. So
next turn.
Yeah, I was just looking to see, because we're actually going to have too much production if maybe there was like some gold or something we could pick up.
We don't have too much production.
But you would never do that, right? You don't mind having the overlap.
Production overflows, so we don't give a shit about too much production. Can you look at our scout? The other thing is the scout won't prompt us every turn. We just want to have a look if we're going to get a worker. Right. I am perturbed by this. I feel like the worker should have been there by now.
Yeah. He will prompt us every turn. I didn't fortify him.
Oh, you didn't? Okay.
We just are playing that slowly.
All right, let's
So you didn't know that, so drink.
Oh my god.
That would not be fair. I'm sorry.
By the way, Parthenon, look at
there he is!
Yes! That's the one we want. Perfect.
See, a watched pot never boils. Or is it kettle? Is it kettle or pot?
I think either. But I have noticed that the more viewers in my channel on live streaming, the slower my actual tea boils when I'm boiling tea.
You're such an idiot. And he built a siege tank. It's a catapult, actually, but I call it a siege tank.
He may hate you so much he thinks he's going after your cap right now.
Is that, you think that's why he built a catapult? He has no melee. He has no melee unit. He can't actually take anything.
By the way, I would piece
him out right now, right? So he can't shoot us?
Yeah, we got 2 workers out of him. We can sometimes you get better, but this isn't too bad. We got 2 workers. This way, you see?
He's back
we've
to
actually got 30 influence out of him.
30 turns. So we declared war on him on turn 13 then. Wow.
Something like that. Yep. It might be 1, it might be 1.5. I'm not entirely sure. But this allows us also to move the worker. The worker can now path through the city center, which is nice.
I actually do know the answer to this. It does tell you right there. Each turn, your influence will decay by 1.
30 turns.
And the reason why I know that is because at one point, I liked playing as Greece because I thought it was super fun to play as Greece because you can do all kinds of heinous things to the city-states, and they still love you.
Yeah, Greece is great.
They only decay, I think, at like 0.5 instead of 1, and they recover faster when you make them negative. Like, it's just fun. It's my kind of strategy of dicking with the AI. It's great. Okay, so I wish we could do map markers here. So anyway,
cross the river? Don't move to that one. No, move there. Yep, it's just safer. If there are barbarians, the river will take all their movement, so it's just better.
1, 2, 3 versus 1, 2. Pretty straightforward.
Looks good.
I didn't pillage that road because I felt like it min-max. The min-maxer and me couldn't see the value in it if the AI
It
is
is
just
not
gonna,
a lot of value. It
the AI is just
ignores
going to
it.
cheat. So
It literally is because you're feeling frustrated with the AI and you want to hit back. That's the only value of it.
well, I'll do that someday. What is this symbol here? He wants. Oh, that's what he has.
cocoa for trade and he wants our copper.
How can you tell that it's what he wants? Is it because it's next to the number instead of below the number?
Yeah, it's the vertical positioning of it.
Do you think maybe that's what the greater than and less than symbols mean, or is that just?
Could be.
Or the greater than
That
less
would
than is
make
probably
sense.
related to score.
I don't think it's related to score.
325 is greater
my
than 296. No, I had no idea.
It's already stacked by score. My suspicion is that it's just supposed to be yours versus theirs.
Okay. And we gained a fairly useless tile for now.
Yep.
Kathmandu has targeted a nearby encampment.
Good, we can actually hit
Ooh.
that quest.
Awesome. And do you know off the top of your head how much experience or how much?
I want to say in the
in-
vicinity of 45, but I'm not actually entirely sure about that. We can look when we get it.
That's a true statement. I'm glad you're here for that. we can look when we get it. You heard it here first, folks. Okay. Anyway,
That's correct.
I'll stop making fun of you as much. I like God King, but it seems very
God
temporary.
King?
It's a very. I told you before about choosing promotions. I like to choose
Holy
the thing
shit.
that helps me the most right
you
now.
You can make fun of me for not knowing the exact value of the barb camp. All right.
You don't like God King?
Actually, I won't say more because
No.
we might end up on God King. Let's look through the pantheons.
You just made
It
fun of
is
me for
possible.
saying God King, and now you're saying we might
God
take
King
it.
is
Okay.
terrible in general pantheon. The reasoning for taking God King, the reason for taking God King is because nothing else actually helps you. That's the reason for taking God King.
Yeah. Okay.
Okay.
So
So
this is going to be the next 4 minutes, apparently.
yeah.
Do we want? Okay, let's just answer this question. We can knock out a whole bunch at once. Are we going to go for faith in this campaign? Is faith a big deal for us?
Can you open
or
up social policies and have a look how many other AI have piety open already?
how do I do that from here?
F4.
Oh,
Close that, hit
not from
F4.
social policies, from diplomacy
There.
overview.
Yep, that's what I want to look at. So what do we have? We have honor on Bismarck, piety on Shoshone, tradition piety on Darius, liberty on Washington, and piety on Portugal. So in other words, there are 3 civs already with piety play going on. Here, okay, the advantage of building a religion for yourself is you can make the religion tailored to give you the most benefits. The downside is having different religions it's not like a negative, I don't think it's directly a negative modifier, but I believe it's a positive modifier for having similar civs. And we can kind of pick and choose from the religions that are going to get spread to us. And the AI has infinite faith as well, because Deity, right? Deity AI, they cheat on everything. They also cheat on faith. They're going to have infinite faith. If we do try to go for a religion of our own, we're going to have a lot of work to defend our religion, to keep our religion for ourselves. My personal thought would be we're going to get pressured out by their religions pretty quickly. Let's pick something that helps us now and not worry about our religion, and we can deal with that.
Okay, how many religions are we allowed to have with
On a 6-player map, 4.
map? Okay, and is that just it's always 2 less than the player cap, or is it a ratio? Is it 66%? How do you know?
I'm going to keep the answer to myself and just not say I don't know this one either.
You're starting to feel it, huh?
It's based on the size of the map.
Okay.
And I'm not sure exactly how that ratio works, but the size of the map determines how many religions are able to be founded. So
Okay, so a lot of these are faith related, though.
Yes.
I would lean towards
You're
the
gonna
culture.
They just redid all the pantheons in version 11 of the mod, so this is not my first look at these, but I haven't played with them extensively. You're going to find they come in a couple of flavors, and one of the flavors is faith, one of the flavors is early game utility. Ideally, what we hit is some sort of cultural or production pantheon if we're going to be okay with giving up our pantheon. If we don't want to keep our pantheon, we should hit a production or culture pantheon if possible.
Okay, I'm seeing quite a lot from this not plantation. Damn it, I just spent all that time looking through it thinking it was what are these things called again? Pastures.
There is one from Pastures called Rite of Spring.
Oh, okay, it is there. I was just looking at the wrong one. Yeah, this looks like with our current setup, we've got sheep.
3
We've got
pastures in the
1, 2,
cap.
3. We've got 2 here. We've got 1, 2 here, and then if we were to take this settle, which you didn't really like too much, we've got 1, 2. So that's quite a bit of culture. And the thing I like about that, just as an idea, is that usually pasture tiles seem to be the ones that I work the most after having played with you in
very,
Civ 6.
high value.
Because they're usually food and production versus like anything that's gonna be related to this, which is gonna be gold. We get no food out of that. So
correct.
So
Yep. So if I had to just, I mean, without going through all of these, and just actually scan up just quickly so I can scan through them just to make sure nothing else pops out. Okay, there are two that really pop out to me. The first is Faith from Mines. The problem is we have basically finished working our mines right now. We have 3 turns remaining, and we're going to be finished our last settler. We only want 4 settlers as tradition to begin with. We're probably done working mines after that. We're going to be working mostly growth with very few mines because we're working growth. So that one, although powerful, like 5-10 turns earlier, isn't really that useful for us right now. I actually really like Cultured from Pastures. It's one of the most powerful pantheons in the game. It's actually banned in teamers. When you play 3v3, it will be banned because it's too powerful. So that is one of the ones that really sticks out to me right now, especially if we're planning on losing our pantheon, which we are, because two of our 2 neighbors have Piety open right now.
Right, and I think you can also see their stuff here. 14 technologies, 1 tradition, 1 piety. So 3 piety neighbor and a
2 piety neighbor. So they're gonna found religions. Well,
when it says 1,
depends how you read that. So if you look at this is an interesting question just in terms of how the nomenclature for this, right? So open up the social policy tree for a second. So right now we have tradition 2 right now.
But it took
we have 3 points in tradition.
It took 3 unlock.
It's called tradition 2.
Okay.
So when they have piety 3, that means they have 4 points of piety. If they have piety 2, they have 3 points of piety.
What if they've unlocked it but not taken any? Does it show up on the list at all?
It doesn't show up on the list at all.
So it's sneaky. Okay.
Yes.
That actually kind of adds a strategic layer to it. Anyway, so we're probably going to do this. And interestingly, this is actually my favorite pantheon in Civ 6 as well. This is one I've taken the most, especially with
powerful.
When I've played Civ 6 in the last couple days here, I've been playing as what was her name again? Scythia? You're just like, this seems overpowered, I'll keep using it. Yeah, it's great. I love it. No, I love it. I love it. It's great. And the reason one of the reasons I really like it is that she seems to have that continental preference or whatever, where she usually has like at least 1, if not 2 horses, and
starting bias is wonderful.
There's a ton of pastures and it just seems to stack so well with her horse kind of mentality. So okay, so we're good on this one. Yeah, I'm quite happy with that one. So God King it is. Wait, Rite of Spring, that doesn't seem right. No, it is, okay. Yeah. Okay, all right. Well, amazingly, it's already been 20 minutes because we spent most of it. Did we spend most of this episode talking about beer, or was that the last episode? No, that was like 5 minutes. It was mostly talking about how you wanted to go God King and how wrong that was. Oh, right, no, don't click. Well, okay, if we do that, that means the first thing we're doing next episode is selling iron to people. Okay, that's fine. Okay. But that's great. That means we have to play again. Cool. See you soon.